Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. As you guys seen from the title, today we're about to be working on the 240's fuel system upgrade. I got a bunch of parts, but before I get started on that, let me give you guys a quick little update on everything that I've done so far to the car. Last thing that you guys saw is that we dropped in the motor, got it all bolted up. Everything is in place, bolted up. I just got to tighten and get a few more bolts for the rubber mount. And as you guys can see, I also got the drive shaft installed. As everything lines up pretty good. Shifter's in place. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, and reverse. It has no fluid, so that's why it's a little bit hard to shift. And as you guys can see too, I also got to get a short shifter because what are these throws, bro? It's too long. So now that the whole drivetrain is in place, I'm about to start moving on to the fuel mods. So you guys see, this is the HKS fuel rail. I got these injectors. These are 1200cc Dish Works. Got them for a pretty good deal, so I'm pretty stoked on that. They've already been flow tested and cleaned, so they're ready to go. As you guys can see, I also got the Radiator fuel pressure regulator. This is the direct mount that bolts up directly to the fuel rail. And it came with 6 AN fittings, but I had to convert them to 8 AN because that's what I'm going to be using for the PTFE fuel lines. It's going to be a 8 AN feed and return. Just had to make sure I could find all the correct adapters that I needed as well right here for the front, because it came with 6 AN and that's not going to work for my setup. Now I'm about to start measuring hoses, see how much I need, try to tuck it as nice as I can where you can't see it, and as far as way from the downpipe where it's going to be somewhere right here. So yeah, this engine is pretty much in there. About to start with all the fuel mods. Let me show you guys what I have for the 240. Picked up this Radiator fuel hanger. You can run like 3 fuel pumps if you want to with this setup. This is a 525 Walbro fuel pump known as the Hellcat fuel pump, so this should be more than enough. I think it supports up to 700 on E, so we should be good with that. With the sock and all the hardware and stuff like that. We got a flex fuel sensor. Got this one from Amazon with these little press-on fittings. And we got a fuel filter, more fittings, and we got a whole 20 feet worth of 8 AN hose. And right now what I'm working on is I'm taking off the fuel pump. I'll show you guys real quick. I already started taking off all the hardware and took off the hoses, so I'm about to start pulling this one out. Hopefully it's not a pain in the ass, but there's some parts that I have to transfer from this original pump into the new Radium pump. And with a bunch of instructions and a bunch of stuff in here. Also got a new gasket, so we should be good to go. About to finish off taking off the rest of the fuel pump. Hopefully I don't mess it up. Oh, wasn't too bad. It's actually not too bad in there. The rubber seal doesn't look that bad either, but oh well, already got a new one. This is the new pump that we're gonna use, but I have to assemble it right now. So there's a bunch of stuff. I'm about to look at the online instructions and start transferring off the little things that I need from here, which is this little hanger right here. And this fuel pump assembly level sender, whatever it's called. I forgot what it's called.
"75 years later."
Alright guys, that took me way too long to build. I was a little bit confused with the instructions online, but nonetheless we got it to work. It's pretty much done.
The next day.
Alright guys, so I'm finally back on working on the 240. As you guys seen, last thing I did, I left off with installing the fuel pump hanger, the fuel hanger from Radium. As you guys can see, I already started making the PTFE lines. I already made the return, since it's the most simplest. Everything is there. I just gotta do the wiring, but I'm still gonna relocate the battery, so I'll leave that for last. Either way, the battery's gonna be somewhere like right here. So Like I said, I already have the return line all made. Let me show you guys. I started with the return line because that's the easiest. So from my understanding, it goes from the rail, the return, to the fuel pressure regulator, all the way to the bottom, straight line to the pump. That's all you have to do for the return line. And then for the feed, this is my feed right here. The feed is the one that actually has a couple more accessories that you gotta mount. Like for example, I already kind of started on it. I just didn't pick up the camera, but this is the flex fuel sensor right here. The only thing is I didn't come with a bracket, so when I'm trying to like line up these new lines, I'm gonna have to make like a custom bracket or something because it doesn't even have like a little where I could screw in a bolt or something to hold it on. So it's gonna go from the feed, straight line, to the flex fuel sensor. It's gonna connect somewhere underneath the car, probably in this area right here. And then I'm gonna make another line that's gonna go from here, from the flex fuel sensor, that's gonna be somewhere around here, all the way to the pump. But before we add it to the fuel pump, I'm gonna add a fuel filter, one of these right here. So I'm gonna have to do another cut and then just add one of these right here in the middle and then finish connecting the line. Pretty much have an idea of how I'm gonna do it. Kind of been trying to like line everything up as much as I can. So far so good. I just don't want nothing touching like the block or the transmission in case it gets too hot. All right, so I'm right here underneath the car. There's the return line. It's kind of hard to see. Let me see. Oh, there we go. There's the return line coming from the pump itself. I just started mounting it up like that, all the way across. I got up to here, but like I said, I still have to make it look all nice and everything. All right, guys, had to switch to my phone real quick because the camera died. But last clip that I showed you guys was the return line. I basically got everything done right now. Little cover came in the mail today too. I had to buy this separately. But anyways, I got the pump out, the return line. Let me show you guys how it looks. It's not perfect, but try my best. So I run the fuel lines through here, as you guys can see, directly to the tank. This right here is the return one on the left, and this is the feed. So I got it coming directly from the fuel pump to the fuel filter, going all the way across through the rail, OEM. And we got the flex fuel sensor right here. I just kind of make this little jank little bracket, which is not really jank because it's actually working. It's not going nowhere. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I just have to add a few more clips, a few more zip ties here and there, but the fuel lines are basically done. What I like is that it's like OEM. So even if we do bottom out, we'll hit the frame rail before we actually hit the fuel line. So safety first. And this is basically the final product. Came out super nice. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet though. I might do like an opening on the back carpet so it can kind of show at least a little bit. I don't want to cover it, but yeah, if you guys are interested in getting the Radium fuel pump hanger for the 240, I highly recommend it. If you guys are looking for an aftermarket one, you guys know which one to go with. The next thing that I have to do now is I got the Wiring Specialties fuel pump relay harness kit thingy. Should be plug and play from my understanding. I already see the plug right there. So I'll go ahead and do a little bit more research, see exactly how I got to do it, and we'll get this on. See if it focuses. Pretty much all of the fueling is done. Like I said, we're running 1200cc Dishworks injectors on an HKS fuel rail going directly to the fuel pressure regulator from Radium. And then we just got the lines going right here through the back. Like I said, I'm not no expert. I'm just trying to give you guys an idea. So if when you guys do this, then I just added these little P clamps right here just to like hold it in place. So it won't touch anything. After this, so you guys see, got a coil rider right there. The issue I'm having though is like, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to fit it, the coil rad and some fans without cutting the core support. And honestly, I really don't want to cut this, so I'm still debating. I don't know. I already posted this one for sale just in case, so I could get the tucked radiator, the one that Chase Bell sells, but they're out of stock until like March or April of 2025. That's just way too long. I don't want to wait that long. So I bought this one. If we don't end up running this one, I'll probably just post it for sale if I can find like a used chase base tucked radiator. If I have everything else ready, I'm about to start ordering the intercooler piping. Got the throttle body here, I still gotta clean it up. Gotta get oil lines. Pretty much it. Intercooler piping, radiator, already have it, hoses, intakes, stuff like that. If you clean up the engine bay a little bit more, like all of this shit, just got to make it clean. When I pulled out the whole harness out to paint the bay, I just kind of left it there. Got to plug everything back in, put all the grounds where they're supposed to go, and we're pretty much one step closer. Good 240. But yeah, my bad if the video is not like that good. My bad if the video is a little bit all over the place, but I got a little bit too distracted, and once the battery died, I put it to charge. I just wanted to keep going. So at least we got work done. The fuel line is all done. Pretty happy about how that came out. Honestly, it's not that bad. Not that bad. But all right, guys, that's pretty much gonna do it for this video. I'm gonna keep it nice and short. I haven't posted in a minute, but I've been trying to post more, record more, pick up the camera, and just start recording everything that I do again. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.